Hey everybody, Sam here, also known as Mr. Stainless, and welcome back to my Lone Wolf playthrough of State of Decay 2. Now, if you are new to my channel and new to this series, basically, before the game came out, I kind of had the thought of, I wonder if it's possible to complete the game with just one survivor. So this series is basically trying to answer that question. Spinner here is the only survivor in my community, and I'm going to try and destroy all of the Blood Plague hearts, or get as far as I can in the game with just this one survivor, to see how difficult it is, and how the gameplay experience changes. And I'm sharing that experience with you guys every week. So this is now our third episode. If you've missed the earlier episodes, if you check the annotation up in the top right of your screen, that'll take you through to them.
Fair enough.
For those of you who've been kind of following along the series, I was called in by the grunts here to go and kind of reclaim a weapon from their previous community location, where a couple of their friends have now kind of turned, so to speak. And you'll remember from the first episode that I wanted to make sure that I was helping these guys because they're ex-soldiers and ex-military, and I knew that if I can ally myself with them, I will get some pretty awesome perks, really. So I'm basically helping them for selfish reasons, and Spinner needs all the help he can get. Before we can really get into, I guess, the meat and bones of this episode, though, I do want to say, like, a massive thank you to all of you who have been watching my State of Decay 2 videos, who've been commenting, liking, who've been sharing them around. Like, the support that you guys have been giving me on the videos recently has been absolutely amazing, and I do notice it. I'm super thankful for the love you guys have been sharing, and yeah, just thank you very much. And that's where I will stop talking about it before I start welling up and turn into an emotional blubbering mess. So this was relatively easy. I probably should have used my rifle to kind of take these guys down quicker, but there's a weird thing that happens with our friendly grunt here. He doesn't move from that spot entirely. I don't know if he's bugged or like what was really going on, but we just had to go and find the MP5A2, which again was relatively easy to find. It was in the first container we searched. One thing that you guys have been asking, and now that I've been playing this long enough, I can finally answer it, but one of the main questions you guys have asked is whether, because I've only got one community survivor, do I still get those little messages where, you know, you'll get a message from base saying, oh no, you know, we've spilled some food, or we accidentally blew up some fuel, or whatever. Like, you've been asking whether I get those messages. I can now tell you, I've been surviving for about 3 to 4 days now in this playthrough. I haven't got one of those messages, ever, at all. So I think we can safely say, because of that, that the amount of mistakes, possibly, the amount of mistakes that your community makes with your resources is dependent on the amount of people you have in your community. And if you have one person in your community, there will be no accidents, there'll be no spillages and nothing like that. I find that interesting. It completely makes sense. I guess the idea behind it is that they don't want those little ambient accidents happening back at your base if you've only got one survivor, because the idea there is that if you've only got one survivor, you don't have a lot of resources. Also, had a little bit of a scavenging run before I started recording for this episode, so I found another portable generator, which is going to be super useful, especially if we need to trade that off to someone as well. Didn't really need that handgun, I'd rather go in and get some other stuff, but yeah, that is that question answered, that myth busted, so to speak. So if you do have any other questions, by the way, about my Lone Wolf playthrough, do feel free to ask them down in the comments. For those of you who've been around the channel long enough, you know that I answer to all of the comments that I get, or as many of them as I actually can answer. So don't be afraid to ask me any questions down there. Equally, if you've got any ideas for a new challenge series that you would like to see on the channel, why not let me know your suggestions down in the comments as well. I do have a idea for a series to start straight after this one. Another State of Decay 2 Let's Play series. We're going to be trying to play through State of Decay 2 without a base. That sounds like it's not possible, but you'll find out more once that series comes out and we finish off Spinner's storyline here. So we found the rifle. We're heading back to the grunts to drop it off to them. And one thing I also want to do in this episode is take out some more plague hearts as well. So we'll make sure to do that. But let's see what the grunts have to say.
Hey there.
So I think what will likely happen is that I get called into these guys in a little while because the other guy maybe doesn't turn home or something like that. I think I've had similar experiences like that happen with this quest line before.
Grats.
Aside from that, I want to sell some stuff off to these guys, and because I've got I think 5 rucksacks of materials back at my base, so I don't need them. I'm not using materials because I can't build anything, so I kind of thought, right, well, I might as well just sell these things off. And then we'll go and take down this Blood Plague Heart. Because I've taken some, what do you call it, pipe bombs with me. So we'll go and take care of it. So we are going for the solid tactic, as always. The reason why there's so many dead bodies here, we're using the same tactic as always. Get into utility truck and just mow everybody down before we head in to take care of the Blood Plague Heart itself.
Now where's that Plague Heart hiding?
The tricky thing was actually trying to find where the gateway is in here, and then I saw this massive horde. So it's like, okay, I've got a bit of a bottleneck here. I'll just lure them all in and ram them. So this is probably like me taking down Blood Plague Hearts in this Lone Wolf series is probably incredibly boring for you guys because it is exactly the same process every time. It's just jump into a vehicle, mow everybody down. Once all the zombies are dead, then we'll go in and take care of it. This really confused me, by the way. I was like, I'm never going to fit the truck in here. How are you meant to drive in? Didn't realize that the gate is actually on the other side. But basically, I've got, I think, maybe about 12 pipe bombs on me. A few Molotov cocktails as well. We're going to have to actually start making some more pipe bombs soon, which is fine because we do have quite a bit of spare ammo. Sneaky guy tried to sneak up on me there. So I'm actually, I got it wrong. We're actually taking down 3 Blood Plague Hearts in today's episode, which is quite a lot. And I think that puts us up to about 6 Blood Plague Hearts destroyed in total. It could be more, but if that's correct, if we're up to like 6, 7 Blood Plague Hearts destroyed, I think we're doing pretty decently. One thing that I have found that whenever I'm playing through the Lone Wolf playthrough at the minute is that I think, becoming a little bit complacent. I think that's one thing that I need to be really careful of, in that because I've actually been surviving for a decent amount of time now, and I've taken down a lot of Blood Plague Hearts, you kind of just start getting lazy, or you're not as careful as you were. And I think that's something I've got to be really careful of in case that complacency gets too strong, so to speak. Okay, I think it's almost done. Because that's when mistakes are going to happen and we're going to lose Spinner. But that was the first Blood Plague Heart taken down. It wasn't too bad. It was surgical, it was precise. We got the job done. And then I just went around and did a quick scavenge of this place as well, because we are running low on toolkits and vehicle fuel cans. That's what you call it. Like this. I mean, we do have fuel resource at home, but we've only got 6, so we'll probably need to do a fuel scavenge at some point in the future to try and get more fuel cans there, which isn't too much trouble. So this is our Blood Plague Heart number 2. This one was a bit... I don't think it was a bit more of a mess, actually. I think it was still okay. It wasn't as surgical as our last one. The last Blood Plague Heart that you're going to see, folks, it was a mess. You're starting to really see the difficulty ramp up on taking down the Blood Plague Hearts. But this was a semi-confined space. Again, went in with the pipe bombs and Molotovs. Really bad driving here by me, I'm sorry. But same tactic. Get the utility truck, mow everybody down, clear the space, make it safe. That was a nice side swipe there. And then go in and take care of it. Did see the military truck there as well. That looks really, or the military jeep. Tempted, but it doesn't have the plow on the front.
I'm here for a job. Time to do
So
it.
the handy thing was I do some nice shooting here, in my opinion. Or maybe I don't. Maybe it felt cooler whenever I was doing it. It was like, oh yeah, I'm a pro at shooting in this game. Look at me. So opened up the door. Had an exit strategy all set up. So we have 4 pipe bombs and 4 Molotovs to take care of this Blood Plague Heart. Plenty of ways out. I jumped through the window to get in here because I did want to make sure that you could actually jump through those windows.
Just one left.
So that's 4 pipe bombs
That definitely hurt.
and 2 Molotovs,
This plague heart is finished.
and that took care of it. And I did want to come back in here and loot this location because I thought I might find some good guns, some nice weaponry, and maybe an ammo rucksack.
Like this.
But if you listen carefully, yeah, that was it. I thought I heard a Juggernaut screaming. I'm like, nah, not dealing with this right now. I've got enough resources, and drove away. What then happened was that a trader came onto the map, and I thought, right, well, you know, I've got tons of influence here. I think I had like 2,500 influence, and tons of stuff to trade. So I went to him. He had a grenade launcher and a 50 cal rifle. Didn't have a 50 cal ammo press, so I've only got 3 50 cal rounds. He had 4 grenades for the grenade launcher. And I thought, you know what, I'll treat myself. I'll buy one of those, or I'll buy both of those actually, and the ammo, and take down another Blood Plague Heart with them. So this is the messiest takedown of a Blood Plague Heart so far in the series. And you really see kind of, now that you're getting into the final few Blood Plague Hearts, how different the difficulty is. And you'll see that with not only how much damage the Blood Plague Heart takes, but the amount of Blood Plague zombies as well that spawn in. There are masses of them. One thing I did have to... I did kind of take notice of is that it's at this point that we have to start taking down the Blood Plague Hearts in waves. So up to this point, we could kind of go in with our soda can bombs or mines or whatever, place them, you put down 4, the thing blows up, we're done, all over in one go. Whereas this time we are having to kind of go in, do some damage, retreat, mow down the Blood Plague Heart zombies, or Blood Plague zombies again, and come back and just rinse and repeat that process.
Okay, I think it's on
So
the
that's
ropes.
2 grenades from the grenade launcher. We get a new wave of Blood Plague zombies. You can see there's a horde actually just spawned in. And the van is already struggling with the amount of zombies that's on it, which is fine. Just got to try and whittle these guys down. One thing that's been really cool for me though is actually hearing or seeing you guys posting in the comments that you're going to give this this challenge a try as well at home. Definitely do. Like I say, it is a lot more difficult than just playing through it with the standard way. And do keep me updated on your progress with your communities as well. Would love to know more about how you guys are doing and your experiences of playing it through Lone Wolf 2. So this was terrifying. It's like, holy crap, if I don't take care of this feral properly, he's going to screw me over and we're going to die. This could be the end of the series. Thankfully, there he goes. That was it. Ferals, they terrify me. I absolutely hate ferals. They're just so fast. It's just screams, and anytime I see them, I just panic, especially if I'm not near a vehicle. Even sometimes when I'm in a vehicle, it's just, it's bad. So we load up our other rounds. Another wave is called in. I didn't want to risk it and go for another shot just in case it didn't finish the heart off. But the amount of Blood Plague Heart carcasses are really, oh gosh, are really starting to rack up here. And that is us more or less clear. So we'll run in and take our sneaky final shot here. So it took 4 grenades from the grenade launcher
That's my last shot.
to finish off the Plague Heart, which wasn't too bad. I think we'll use the 50 cal to weaken the next one and start crafting some more pipe bombs. But folks, that is this week's episode of our Lone Wolf playthrough. As always, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Let me know if you're going to try this at home as well. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, folks.